Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Life Made Easy, coming at you with another video. But this one, I wanted to just talk briefly about the ASUS ZenBook S14, which I picked up a few weeks ago. And so I thought in this video I would give you my first impressions on this device, cover things. Obviously, this is not an in-depth review. I'm highly against in-depth reviews because I think they're boring, long-winded, and on this channel I'm trying to keep things short, simple, and straightforward so you guys can go out and make good purchasing decisions. So I'll make some comments like on some general things with this laptop, like the display, the port selection, overall design, battery life, that sort of thing. Software, I don't really need to touch on that at all. Need a quick water break. I don't need to touch on software because this is running Windows 11, and if you use Windows, you know you like Windows. So, like design-wise, I love this thing, to be honest. I love these cool lines on here, these silverish lines. I love this ceramic material, aluminum, as they call it, material on here. It's really good at blocking fingerprints. You can only really see them if you're shining a bright light on it, like there. ASUS ZenBook in the top right. Really sleek, really thin laptop. As you can see right here, we have the USB port on one side. That's USB-A, which is nice. You can plug in like a dongle to a keyboard or a mouse or what have you. And on the other side, we have the other ports. We have the two USB-C ports. I believe they're Thunderbolt. And we have a full-size HDMI and a headphone jack. It just blows my mind how they were able to fit an HDMI port on a laptop this thin, which is insane. Another underrated feature that my friend actually brought up, the hinge. My camera can get that. When you tilt it like this, you can see the hinge right here. This thing will lift the laptop up when it's down. So what that means is it's going to be lifting it off the ground. So it's going to be giving space for the air to get out from underneath the laptop when the fans are kicking in and it's trying to kick out all the hot air from here. It has room to do so it's not going to overheat and thermal throttle. That's such an underrated feature in a laptop, and I didn't even notice that when I first got this thing. But it's crazy how they did that with a design this slick. And I just love it. I can't say enough about this laptop. It's so amazing. Here's the back. It's pretty boring. But yeah, I think to access it, you just have to take off these screws. Here's the speakers on the bottom. Speaker quality, I'll touch on that briefly. It's excellent in my opinion. It's better than my MacBook Air that I had, which had upward firing speakers. Now these are technically downward firing, or maybe to the side firing. I don't really know. But there's 4 of them. They're really loud, and even at higher volumes, it maintains a good bass, and it doesn't get overly tinny. So the quality, as you up the volume, stays pretty consistent, I'd say. And it's Dolby Atmos, so you can tell it has like that really nice like surround sound sort of feel. So I guess that's design. That's battery life. This thing's rocking an Intel Core Ultra 7, the Lunar Lake chip. As you can see right here, my camera can pick that up. So it's really good. This laptop's snappy, for single core tasks and some multi-core tasks. It does great. I video edited on this, so even the integrated GPU is really strong. It did overheat a little bit when I was video editing, but in terms of like how the laptop was handling on just straight battery life with the chip, it did really well. To be honest. I had no issues with that. We have a dedicated Copilot key, which is nice. As you can see right there, if you want to bring Copilot up, it's a great AI tool. I like ChatGPT more, but to each their own. Copilot's fine as well. I really like the design of the keyboard. Keys feel fine. I wouldn't say it's like the best keyboard I've ever used. Pretty low profile keyboard. Clicky. Trackpad's really nice, large. The clicks, to actually click it, you do need to put a little bit of force into it, I noticed. So it's not haptic. I was kind of used to the haptic sort of feel for my MacBook Air. So you kind of like if you want the higher up you go on the trackpad, the more pressure you need to put to actually click it. So if you want less pressure, you have to go to the bottom, and it'll click much easier here. You can also just tap it. MacBooks have that feature too. You just want to just tap to touch, tap to click. That works as well. Battery life, it's been all right. I haven't really, I wouldn't say it's like draining extremely fast or extremely slow. It's probably around the same battery life I got on my MacBook Air, to be honest. People were kind of like raving about the battery life on this thing. I'd say it's good. Like, don't get me wrong, it's good to great, somewhere in that range. But I wouldn't say it's like astonishingly good battery life. Like at the end of the day, it's a 14-inch laptop, so this thing's not going to last like 3 days on end of heavy use. I'd say if like I could probably get like 8 hours of use with this thing, of medium workloads, stuff like that. So it's good. It's not fantastic. It gets the job done. I'm using the 120 hertz panel as well on this thing. So, that also drains battery life, but you want to drop it down to 60 hertz. That can help. I just really like the design of the interior on this thing. It's just so clean. You can see my reflection there, me filming. And, I'll say best webcam on this thing is 1080p. It's fine. I mean, you have some AI features you can mess around with, like background blur. It's a laptop webcam. Don't expect too much from this. It's fine. At least it's above 720p like my MacBook Air. That thing was awful. So this is fine for video calls since it gets up to full HD in resolution. So it's fine. 30 FPS too. The screen on this thing is the best feature by far. So we're rocking a OLED panel. It's a 14-inch panel. So you get that like infinite contrast ratio. You get the 120 hertz refresh rate. Like everything on here is just unbelievable. Sorry, I just turned it on. Brightness, I think, is 500 nits, so it doesn't get extremely bright, which was one thing I was a little upset about. It could have gotten brighter, but honestly, I'm not going to sit here and complain about a screen this good. This is honestly one of the best panels I've ever seen on a laptop. We have extremely thin bezels on this thing, too. Just like navigating laptop, scrolling, it's just an absolute breeze. Trackpad super responsive too. Yeah, I mean this is like arguably one of the best panels I've ever seen, because it's OLED and yeah, it gets decently bright. It's not the worst thing in the world. So I love watching media on this content. It's absolutely fantastic. 1,000 times better than my MacBook Air. 1,000 times. I mean, it's not even close. I think in general, like if you're just thinking here, if you're a student in college or high school, this is a great laptop to get. And I'll extend that a little bit more. If you're getting into content creation, I wouldn't say it's like if that's your main emphasis, content creation, this is not for you. Get something with dedicated GPU in it. But if you're getting into content creation, this could be a great laptop to get started with that. You could film on using the webcam if you wanted. You could plug in externals. You could plug in an external webcam, microphone, anything like that, because it has the USB-C and USB-A ports. You can video edit on this if you want to. I'm pretty sure other YouTubers have said that too. But if they haven't, and you're watching this for the first time, yes, you can edit videos on this laptop. So that's good news. That's definitely good news. So yeah, I think I hit on everything I really wanted to with this laptop. It's a good buy. It's I got it on sale for around a little over $1,000. It was normally 1,400, so they were running a discount on it, which is great. Yeah, I mean, I'd say if you really want a 14-inch device with an OLED panel that's small, compact, but the screen's not tiny. Don't get me wrong. The screen, like 14 inches, is I think like the sweet spot for a laptop display. The MacBook Air I had was 13.3 inches. That was way too small for me. That extra display size makes a difference on a laptop. for sure. So I'm loving this thing. I'm loving the 120 hertz refresh rate on it. I can be super productive with this thing, answer emails, browse the web, watch videos, movies, anything like that, video edit, listen to music if I wanted to. It's just so good. It's just so good. So yeah, I'll wrap the video up there. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. By Life Made Easy. Make sure to share this on the internet with other people. And yeah, we'll go from there. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone.